Hello, I'm Richard Rosenberger, Superintendent of Anderson School District 2. I have been here for 4 years now. We're starting our 5th year. We've had an exciting past year, and I want to share a couple of things that we did that I think are just a unique accomplishments, but also we're going to build on. The one that I think got most of our community involved was called One District, One Book. It was an initiative that we used to encourage not only our students to read, but to get our community involved, and also to increase reading proficiency for our kids. We all read one book, and it was called Humphrey the Hamster. And Humphrey allowed us to explore his world. At the same time, our school board, our parents, our community got involved by allowing them having stickers at their sites. And these stickers, the students would go to the businesses, and the business would ask them questions. If they knew the answer about Humphrey, they would get a sticker for some more incentives to keep reading. It was a very powerful part of our school year, and we're going to build on it. This year, that was all for elementary, but it included having siblings from the secondary come down and read with them. It also, we're going to also explore using their middle school doing another book this year. So we'll have middle school and elementary doing a One District, One Book, and I think we'll continue to see a large impact with this program. The other initiative that we began last year was called the Bears Initiative. This is a program where we're looking at creating more internships in our district. We have pushed more and more for our businesses to have our kids come out there and do internships, but I think there's been some hesitation, liabilities, other issues involved. But we know if our kids are not putting their hands on work, they're not gaining that skill set they're needed to be productive. So we created last year a internship program. It involved transportation, child nutrition, technology, and maintenance, where we had a student from each of these areas do an internship. They not only received credit for that class, but they were paid by this internship. Even further, we have more of our community starting to say, well, we might be interested in using these interns as well too. So now we do have some of our kids going out in businesses. Again, they're getting class credit, but they're also gaining some income and gaining some extra skills that they know that will be beneficial as they move forward. What are the skills? We have one young man in IT that did this for us. Now he's actually working for us again in the summer. He's chosen to do a computer science or computer technology program as he pursues that career at Tri-County Tech. So that's made the difference. If anything else, sometimes we get soft skills, and that means we show up on time. That means we work together with other people. So we've been very pleased with the program. We think it's going to continue to build. We have a lot of interest from our students because they have to get some skill sets. Otherwise, many of them are graduating from high school, not really sure how they're going to pay for college, where they're going to go to college, is college even necessary, and not even having a whole lot of skills from their classwork to go into the workforce. So until we can better prepare them, we're not truly getting them college and career ready. This is a great program and a great way to make that happen a bit faster. So we're thankful, and I think it's going to continue to grow this year. Last year was our first year to go to a one-to-one district initiative with devices, technology devices. We used Chromebooks, and we used them from 6th grade to 12th grade. These students were able to take these home. It just blew us out of the ballpark what happened in the classroom. These kids thoroughly were engaged in using the Chromebooks. They were doing a lot of projects together that just the collaboration in itself kept them so much involved in their classwork. Now we're adding 3rd through 5th grade coming up this year. So now 3rd through 12th grade will have their own individual Chromebooks. Really excited. It's a new way of teaching. It's a better way of providing tools and resources to the kids, and it's an easier way for teachers and students to communicate. So they're doing their lessons, maybe even submitting them at home, on the bus, any other time where the learning is not always taking place just inside the classroom. So we're looking forward to the difference that these devices will make in our learning process, and we know that our kids are going to enjoy experiencing being a Google district even more so this year. This coming year, we've started some transition last year, and we'll be making the completion this year. One of them is we've changed one of our school sets around. We had one of our elementary schools went to sixth grade. We've moved those sixth graders from Wright Elementary to the middle schools, and we've added more classes to Wright Elementary. So we're excited that we've grown up a part of our district that's kind of in a very rural area. Now we'll have more impact as far as gaining more students in the classroom, and we know that they're going to thrive by having actually 2 classes per grade as opposed to only 1 class per grade, which served in the past several years. Last year we also cleared out 2 acres of our property to allow our Ag Ed class to come in and use that for farming. This has been a neat experience for them. We've provided them more ground to do that, and we're actually growing corn and watermelon and tomatoes and cucumbers, and the kids are taking that part of the experience. So they have the actual time now, just not only to be learning in classroom, but to work out there in the fields to produce crops, to learn how that process does work. Our Ag Ed program also has purchased a sawmill. Not only do we clear out these areas for our students to produce crops, but we have purchased more property that are full of woods, and we will be using that as another classroom so our kids can work with this sawmill and creating lumber for projects and building some of the things with their own hands. Again, not necessarily a direction that they will be going into agriculture education, but providing some skills that they will need as they take that next step in life. Very grateful and thankful that that's an opportunity that will be there for them. We are creating a program. We know it's important that we grow our own leaders as we continue to look to serve our staff and our community. We have to have leaders that are going to be strong instructional leaders. So one of the goals from last year is to create an academy for aspiring leaders. That is in place this year. We're excited that we have about 12 to 15 candidates that will be in this program. It's a full year course that they'll be working through some of our leaders currently in our district. But by the end, we know that they'll be gaining some skills and some knowledge background that allow them to explore different ways that they can be leaders. Hopefully in our district, but regardless, they will be more equipped leaders as they go forward. One thing that we're really excited about in the next week or so is we will be honoring a group that had a high school up until about 1969, but no longer have a high school, and that was Gear Gant. Gear Gant was the black high school in Belton and the Honeypath area. And now it is, that building is Belton Middle School. There has been nothing there at Belton Middle School that has recognized that there was a former high school there. So we have put together a marquee and a design that honors those that went to Gear Gant. They were the Gear Gant Hornets, and we will be having a celebration and a ceremony to recognize the folks, because we all want to remember, where do we go to high school? Where's that building at? And now they will have that opportunity. As a side note, the final year of Gear Gant High School was when they won the state football and basketball championship. So we do have a banner that's already been placed in the gym at that school to honor that group too as well. So I know they're very excited to come by and say, hey, this is where we went, and I know there's a lot of pride involved in celebrating your roots. So we're excited for them. Just recently, our school board approved the construction of a new building, athletic, weightlifting, and wrestling building. Our weightlifting room has just been outgrown. We serve so many kids, and it's not a athletics as much as it's for a classroom. We have a lot of our kids in these PE classes and health classes that need a larger space, and so this building will begin construction in 1st of August. We're very excited about it. It's about $1.7 million project. It will be completely paid for by the sales tax, so we're very excited. It takes no funds away from our general fund revenue. We hope to have that in place by the middle of next summer. Not only does it provide extra classrooms for those students and extra space for our kids coming out there, but it creates more space in our existing high school. So By doing that, we're opening doors for a program. We're already exploring the introduction of manufacturing. We didn't have space for that previously. Now we'll have space to have programs that we know will serve a greater need for our population that we have. Very excited about this building, and we hope to break ground shortly in the next couple of weeks. Anderson School District 2 is made up of 7 schools. We have 1 high school and 2 middle schools, and then we have 4 feeder elementary schools. It is a very strong community-based school district. Our community supports this and their schools like none other. They love to be able to be a part of all of our programs, whether it's athletics, the arts, the academics, and just being part of parent involvement. Our community supports our school district, and they want our kids to do well. They expect us to do well. They expect us to provide the best education for our kids. We do have 2 different communities, in Belton and Honea Path, but they come together to support our kids. We are the largest employer of the Anderson School District 2. We have struggled a little bit with businesses as the mills are no longer a productive business in this area. Job opportunities haven't been as strong, and we are the furthest district away from I-85 corridor, so we're always looking for more opportunities for business to come be a part of this community. And until that happens, our best job is we make sure our kids are ready to go take opportunities elsewhere, whether it's through their college or going to take jobs and come back and using this as a bedroom community. It doesn't make any difference. We're going to make this community as productive as possible by making sure we have a workforce and a group of kids that have the knowledge to come back and be productive citizens in the community. And that's what it's all about. We have created a strong freshman academy program, not because our freshmen were not doing well, but simply when a kid reaches the 9th grade, they're going to make some of the most difficult choices in their life. And if they're not able to move on to that next level, they may not get out of that area. And that's when across the nation we see kids, the dropout becomes very real when kids at 9th grade. And so for our kids to move forward, we've got to ensure success at that 9th grade level. This past year, we finished with only 3 kids, only 3, not completing 9th grade. And that's down from maybe 30, 35 the previous year. So when we get those kind of success numbers, we know they're on the right track. We know they're going forward, and they're going to experience a lot of things that they've been lacking in the past. We try to track them. We have a program called Instagrad where we gather some of these kids that may have not had some great opportunities and may have not challenged themselves as well as they should. And when we provide chances for them to work with staff that shows open doors, as I mentioned, these BEARS initiative, whether it's internships involved or to work and do some service learning, where they're actually exploring what they're able to accomplish. One of the things we'd like to do is we make sure that we take kids on tours, whether they're tours to businesses, so they can see businesses, how they're operating, or they're going to colleges. This program that we've created now will take a kid from 3rd grade. Every student, 3rd through 12th grade, will either go on some kind of a tour to a college or business during the school year. And I think that's powerful. They have got to see it's more than just what happens in the classroom that's going to prepare them for the future. Public education has come under fire for a lot of reasons. This is not unique to our community. It's all across the country. Are we truly preparing our kids for the next level? And I strongly believe our job does not end at graduation. If our kids are not ready to move forward, if they're not able to be productive citizens in society, then I'm not sure we've done the best service for them. How is that changing? Well, I think we're starting to slowly see us move away from more of that Carnegie unit where they sit in class, they gain information, which is very valuable, and they have to have it. That's part of our standards that we test them on that shows that we are ready, that they are able to be successful in college. We do our Work Keys programs, determines how they can go into the workforce and show that they have a certificate saying, I can do these skills. Our focus has to be twofold, though, not only preparing them through the academics, but also helping them to adjust to a real world that's changing, that's demanding that they have to have some technical skills. They have to understand technology more so than what we often are able to provide. That's why we're always trying to chase this one and make sure what will our kids need in 5 years as opposed to what do they need right now. Our website is always something we try to keep as current as possible. We provide as many resources on the website. We also have, we try to stay upfront with the social media, so we put things on Twitter and we put things on Facebook. So if you want to follow us in either one of those ways, we're always putting out information that people can see what's going on in Anderson School District 2. And I think it's not only current, but it's very valuable information. I always like to entertain guests to come out to our district and see what's going on. If you would like to just drop by the district office or call up here, we'll make sure that's possible, whether you want to look at one school, all schools, or just to get more information, we can make that happen.